Kapla!
Kapla!
I'm Rodney Donahue.
I'm Jacob Cates.
And before we get started, I want to read to you. Did you read the one comment on the Strange New Worlds video?
No.
Okay. I want to read you this comment.
Wait,
okay?
This was a video we made?
Yes. So, well, we made the Wire video.
Yeah.
But I also made a very short video
I didn't even know that.
where I talked about Muppets and
That was a bonus track for me.
Alien 3.
No,
You don't remember this?
I mean, I remember talking about it. I didn't realize it made it into a track, like a video.
You didn't watch the video?
No, I didn't know it was there. I'm going to have to go back and watch it now.
So anyways,
and read this comment, apparently.
Well, this is the comment, okay?
Right.
And this is from Gavin Falls.
Is this a fan?
No. I mean, I doubt it. Here's what it says. Wow. This channel is a total stereotype of the gatekeeping fans.
Hell yeah, brother.
A 5-minute video on opinions on a show he hasn't watched. One of the main points of Star Trek overall is checking you ego at the door.
All right, Rodney. Rodney the gatekeeper.
I thought about changing my channel description to this. And I wonder how many other channels begin with the word wow.
You have been indicted.
And a quote. Because I am definitely gatekeeping fan 01.
Yeah.
Like that's definitely like I almost want to change my channel to like Star Trek gatekeepers.
Yeah, we should get you a shirt that says Rodney the gatekeeper,
And the thing
I can
is,
be Jacob the keymaster.
You know, my favorite show is Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and technically they are the gatekeepers to the Alpha Quadrant. So I'm fine with this.
Right.
I'm fine with it.
It's now time to see if you can dance.
Well, thanks, Gavin, for that.
Gavel Falls.
Gavin Falls.
Gavel.
Whatever.
Today we're going to talk about the most important episode of Star Trek The Next Generation.
That's right.
Whatever we think that is. Now, I wrote down two things, because you're going to go first.
Okay.
We each picked an episode,
And then you're going to gatekeep me.
okay?
We're on our way.
And so I wrote down what I think Jacob's episode is. And if he didn't pick that, I wrote something else down.
I don't know.
But I don't want to do that yet. First, here's what I want to do. Because you're going to go first. But
Yeah.
I want to tell you the possible episodes that I picked.
Okay.
Okay? And I want to help you out. You're going to have to guess.
Okay.
Since we were supposed to do this last night,
Yeah.
and we did not because Jacob decided not to come.
Jacob misscheduled this, miscalendared it.
Fire the photons.
So you're going to have to pick the episode.
Yeah.
And you're going to go until you get it right. But we're going to do it later, but I'm going to tell you now what the episodes are.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Okay, so just to be clear, these are all from the first 4 seasons.
Yeah. It'd have to be.
I did not pick. I just don't really think that what I would consider the most important episode could come from 5 through 7.
They will be coming.
I guess maybe I thought about the Inner Light, but I didn't think about it for too long.
Mhm.
Okay, so here are the episodes. Okay,
Okay.
these are the possibilities. All right,
Man.
and I don't want you to answer now. You'll answer later.
Yeah.
Okay, these are the possibilities. Encounter at Farpoint,
Okay.
first episode of the series.
Obviously.
That's for them, not for you.
Right.
You've got some of these. If you need me to explain, I will.
I will.
But Measure of a Man.
Okay. It's a good episode.
Okay.
Interesting.
Data goes on trial.
Right.
Q Who.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You got a Q episode first with the Borg.
Yeah.
Okay. Evolution.
Remind me on that one.
Wesley's nanites
That's right. Yeah.
create problems for the ship.
Okay.
Booby Trap.
Oh, yeah.
Geordi and his holographic friend save the Enterprise.
Yeah. That's a good episode. I love a Geordi episode.
Yesterday's Enterprise.
Great episode.
The Enterprise C doesn't save any Klingons.
Right.
The Offspring. Data builds a daughter who gets scared.
That's right.
The Best of Both Worlds Part 1.
Uh-huh.
If you defend yourselves, you will be punished.
I'm not going to explain what that is. Reunion.
Yeah, remind me of Reunion.
Worf loses a mate, he
That's
gains a son, and kills a potential presidential candidate.
That's right, yeah.
Final mission. Wesley leaves.
Yeah, that's a... Isn't that... Oh, yeah.
Wesley leaves. Not Journey's End.
Not
I know, they're very similarly titled. And then Identity Crisis. Geordi turns into a dinosaur.
That episode has always creeped me out, and I kind of love it.
All right.
It's some like Cronenbergian body horror.
So those are the potential episodes that I picked. Okay. So I listen. I wrote this down before. Okay.
Yeah.
I will renounce my powers and become as weak and as incompetent as all of you.
I want to see. I'm excited.
Okay. All right.
Me and Gavin, who apparently watches our channel.
Gavin. It's not even his name. It isn't even what it says.
I don't care.
Gavin. I wrote down that you are going to say the Best of Both Worlds.
You're close.
Okay.
So
hold on. Okay. So I wrote something else down. So I want you to go ahead and say what you think, what the episode is.
What you think I guessed?
No, what you picked. I guess
Okay.
Best of Both Worlds.
Q who?
Oh my gosh, I'm wrong. I wrote down season 3.
The whole thing?
I wrote just an episode from season 3.
Okay.
I figured if it wasn't Best of Both Worlds, I thought if it wasn't Best of Both Worlds, I thought you were going to pick Yesterday's Enterprise.
No.
Q Who, for me, was like, I think when Star Trek was on when I was younger, when there were like reruns and stuff, Q Who was an episode that I had taped on VHS.
Yeah.
And so when I was younger, I watched it a lot. The best moment from Q Who is obviously...
Yeah.
Talk about Q Who. Why for you is Q Who the most important episode in Star Trek The Next Generation?
Okay, so Q who is it ties some threads together, obviously introduces the Borg, but you have a Q emphasis, you have a really strong Q centered episode, or at least a Q heavy episode. You also have a lot of Guinan backstory, so this secondary character introduced into season 2 all of a sudden is elevated to a place of importance.
Okay.
And then you have the introduction of the Borg. And when all three of those things are in one episode, I have a hard time saying that's not maybe the most important episode. It sets up, the entire Borg arc.
Interesting, isn't it? Not a he, not a she. Not like anything you've ever seen. An enhanced humanoid.
While Voyager has this episode to thank for a lot of its season 4 conflict, of course, First Contact, all kind of flows back to this episode here, this first encounter with the Borg.
Now, before you continue, I just want to, because you mentioned the Borg arc. So that arc ends at the end of Voyager, or at the end of Star Trek Picard, or with Hugh and Lore in Descent.
Where do you want to do it? It's,
I mean,
you take a pick, or First Contact. And
that's the hope, right?
Right.
They're no effect.
Breach, this is engineering. We are now at warp 9.65.
The Borg are still gaining.
It kind of doesn't end, and it probably should end. It should stop somewhere, but it doesn't. They keep mining the Borg because the Borg are downright creepy. They are a good, kind of terrifying villain.
They will follow the ship until you exhaust your fuel. They will wear down your defenses. Then you will be theirs.
And I think this episode, interestingly enough, starts out with Sonia Gomez, who's a 2-episode character. She was meant to be a regular, but I guess there was some decision-making behind the scenes that maybe she wouldn't stick around, but she was supposed to be a love interest for Geordi.
Geordi, Lieutenant.
But it starts with her talking about computers, having a mind of their own, especially since she has trouble with the replicators, I think. And then Q shows up to kidnap Picard and try to join the crew.
Oh, no!
before we get to Q, can I ask you
Yeah.
a Sonya Gomez question?
Go
Just for
for it.
clarifying, because I did not rewatch this one recently.
Sure.
Okay, but I remember it pretty good. Is this the one where she spills
Yes.
the hot chocolate all over Picard?
Yes.
Okay, so what I love about this opening and where it goes and Q, right? Like, I love that she makes a mess,
Mm-hmm.
and Picard's like, this is an easy mess to solve.
Mm-hmm.
And Q solves it real fast. But then Q makes a real mess
Yeah.
that isn't quite as easy to solve.
Right.
My purpose is to join you.
To join us as what?
As a member of the crew, willing and able, ready to serve.
But yeah, Q shows up. He claims he wants to join the Enterprise crew. He tells Picard that
He doesn't show up. He takes Picard
That's
away
right,
from
that's
the
right.
Enterprise. Picard ends up on a shuttlecraft.
right, he walks through a
with
door
just
and,
Q.
Right, and he's on the shuttlecraft unexpectedly. Right.
Crewman,
What Q is telling Picard essentially is that there are wonders and horrors out there in space that the Federation hasn't encountered yet that they're not prepared to deal with, and they need his help to solve that problem.
oh, the arrogance. They don't have a clue as to what's out here.
So he takes them out into the Delta Quadrant. 2.5 years, I think, away from Federation space is maybe the number they assigned to it, and the crew encounters the Borg, which only Guinan has backstory for.
What happened between your people and the Borg?
They swarmed through our system. And when they left, there was little or nothing left.
But you get this Guinan backstory, you start to realize where her people are from and what they have experienced, the trauma as a race that they've suffered. And then you actually encounter the Borg, and they're genuinely creepy. They are kind of terrifying in ways that other races in Star Trek just are not. They're almost disinterested, right? They don't care about the people per se unless they're viewed as a
Right.
threat.
They are singularly interested.
Right.
You're nothing to him. He's not interested in your life form. He's just a scout, the first of many. He's here to analyze your technology.
They have this capacity to adapt and heal, and there's very little. I mean, we learn a lot and very little about the Borg at the exact same time.
Increase to 10 to the third power. It's continuing to regenerate.
This is maybe one of the few iterations where you get like infant Borg, I think, shown. You get
Yeah,
some
the babies.
children.
Yeah, the little Borg
Right.
nursery.
Right. It's kind of Cronenbergian because you have these people with all these tubes and pipes, and it's hard to know. When this episode first shows up, we don't have the concept of assimilation yet. That's going to show up in Best of Both Worlds.
Correct.
So you don't know, is this self-imposed? You don't know, is this something that was forced upon them? Is this the way this race just has chosen to do things?
And I like the simplicity that comes out of their design. That
Right.
cube is so simple.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no one would come up with that.
Yeah.
And yet there it is. They don't put any emphasis on like appearance.
Right. All individuality is wiped out. The Enterprise can't even separate the life signs.
But I do remember that they have the Borg insignia, like that hand.
Oh, do they?
That's on the ship somewhere.
We have analyzed your defensive capabilities as being unable to withstand us. If you defend yourselves, you will be punished.
One of the things I really appreciate is the facelessness of the hive at this point. You don't have, some central bad guy who shows up and gives you a lecture, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you hear voices, it's all the collective speaking as far as we can tell. And I actually think this version of the Borg is maybe the better version of the Borg. The introduction of the Queen in First Contact, and I enjoy that episode. It's zombies in space. It's great, or a great movie. However, I feel like having the Queen introduced does something to remove the mystery and the crushing away of individuality that is the Borg, and then she shows up as a recurring villain in Voyager, which I think is just terrible.
I think so too. I agree with you on that, and I think that where that really comes into play is that the Borg, when they assimilate Picard in Best of Both Worlds, they believe, based on the information that they have, that it will be easier for them to assimilate humanity if they have someone who can give a lecture.
We mean you no harm.
That's why they do it. This is our guy.
Yeah.
This is our guy. If we want humanity, we can learn everything from him, and he will be the one to. Right. We need the urbane sensibility that only Sir Patrick Stewart can bring to the table.
Yeah. You never find out what happens to the 18 crew members who are killed. Are they assimilated? Or are they dead? Do they get sucked out into space?
18 were in that section and are missing.
When I think about it, I'm shocked that those people didn't show up on Voyager.
Interesting point. Could be.
Unless that is the cube that is destroyed at Earth.
Yeah. I kind of, part of me thinks it is. But
I think it is because it's close. Yeah. It's about as close as you can get.
I think we should find out all we can about them.
I'm so glad you picked Q-Who.
Oh, I am too.
Tractor beam is released, sir.
You know, a couple of other things that just really struck me about this episode. One, really great soundtrack.
Force field is maintaining our hull integrity.
Damage report.
Coming in, sir.
Really captures the mysteriousness and kind of eeriness of who the Borg are. At the end of the episode, to lend credence to its being one of the most important episodes, maybe the most important episode, Guinan says that Q has set a series of events in motion and that the Borg will be coming. She literally says it.
Yeah.
So it is foreshadowing. Like, when the writers wrote this episode, they knew we're bringing this villain back. The Borg are coming back, and we're going to be using them.
They will be coming.
You can bet on it.
And just to be clear, this is the one time they do that. Because they didn't do it in Conspiracy. When the beacon for the bluegills goes out, whatever those things were. They didn't do it in the Solangen-based people, schisms, when they were taking like Riker's arm off and they were all in the holodeck looking at the... They didn't do it then. This is the episode where they said, these people will be back, and they actually brought them back.
Right.
I also want to talk about that last scene because I remember, because I recorded this on VHS. Like I recorded the episode back when they used to actually show everything and not necessarily edit it for television. But then later, when DVR came into play and I was recording things on like BBC America or something like that, and they were replaying episodes of Star Trek, that scene is not in it. It cuts from Q leaving, and it cuts Guinan and Picard's whole last moment. It just cuts to the Enterprise and the credit, because that was the minute and a half that they took out of the episode.
Well, it's on the Amazon Prime version.
It was a bad. Well, and it was a bad. It was a bad minute and a half to take out.
Yeah.
Engage.
There was one other thing that I really kind of noticed watching the episode that I thought was interesting, but as the Enterprise is encountering this foe, it felt like they were working through the stages of grief. And I don't know how much of this was intentional, but you have cases of denial, for instance.
Not smugness, not arrogance. But we're resolute, we're determined. And your help is not required.
We don't need Q.
You know, we don't need Q. There's some anger, whether it's Sonia or LaForge yelling at Sonia to stop it.
I don't know, Guinan, they paid us a visit. It seems only fair that we return the courtesy.
Or Riker saying that we're going to go back and return the courtesy since they've come over here.
You brought us here. You exposed us to it, and you cost us the lives of our shipmates.
There's bargaining. Picard tells the Borg, we mean you no harm. But he also asks Q to please tell us that this is one of your illusions.
Mm-hmm.
So he's bargaining with Q.
Yeah.
18 of our people have died. Please, tell us this is one of your illusions.
There's depression, and they can't stop to grieve the dead. Worf at one point asks, or pages into the ready room and asks to put on the list of the dead, and Picard shuts him up, says, no, we don't have time for that.
Captain, I have the casualty list coming on screen.
Cancel. We'll deal with that later.
And then finally there's acceptance, Q in this. And Picard...
I need you.
I need you. Mm-hmm. Picard admitting that he could not, at least in this moment, defeat the Borg.
You wanted me to say, I need you? I need you!
The Enterprise crew does not solve this situation.
That's right.
Q has to get them out of it. He got them into it. He has to get them out. Yeah. And as we will see, it's only going to be a worse situation down the line. That's Q, man. I thought
I
that
think
was the most
that's a great pick. I really do. Okay.
I figure you can't even get to best of both worlds if you don't do Q.
Okay.
In my mind.
All right. Since I didn't open my book at all, I did not pick Q who.
On screen.
This list is designed for Jacob to misfire.
Terminate that beam. Fire when ready.
That's why
Yeah.
I made this list.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to remind you of the episodes that I picked.
Again, Mr. Wolf.
Here are our episodes, okay? Encounter at Farpoint,
Okay.
Measure of a Man,
Counter 4 points are a possibility. Measure of a Man might be.
okay? Evolution,
I don't think that would be it.
okay? Booby Trap,
That's a good episode, but I don't think I would pick it. But
okay?
maybe I'm
And
wrong.
Yesterday's Enterprise,
Maybe.
okay? The Offspring, Data Child,
Yeah. Lol?
Law.
Yeah.
Again, Mr. Wolf.
Best of Both Worlds,
Okay.
okay? Reunion,
Yeah.
Final Mission,
Is that the trap? Final mission? Is that the trap?
Identity Crisis.
Again, Mr. Wolf.
I'm going to go Measure of a Man. I'm going to guess you said Measure of a Man.
All right. Nope.
Okay.
What's next?
The humorous side of me wants to say Final Mission, but I
Nope.
don't think that's right. All right. Encounter at Farpoint?
Nope.
Yesterday's Enterprise.
Nope.
Dang, I am misfiring.
You're carving us up like a roast.
We got Evolution, Booby Trap, The Offspring, Best of Both Worlds, Reunion, and Identity Crisis.
Let's go Booby Trap.
Nope. I told you this list was designed to make Jacob feel bad.
Reunion?
Nope.
Geordi turns into a dinosaur?
Identity Crisis. Nope. We've got Evolution, The Offspring, and Best of Both Worlds.
Oh, gosh. I mean, it could be Best of Both Worlds, but I don't think so.
Is that your next pick?
Sure.
Nope.
Golly.
You have
50-50
you
chance
have
now.
Evolution and The Offspring.
Oh, gosh. Probably just because I don't like it. Offspring?
Nope.
Well, I guess that leaves me with Evolution.
I think that the most
completely missed
important episode of
I
Star
don't-
Trek The Next Generation is Evolution.
I don't know who you are anymore, Robbie.
Evolution is the 138th ranked episode
Oh my gosh.
of Star Trek The Next Generation on IMDb, and you picked it last on the list of everything.
I don't even remember the episode.
You picked it last. And I didn't think you would pick it last, but you picked it last. You literally did not pick that episode.
I barely remember it.
Okay, and that's fine. But I want to talk about it because I do think that it's the most important episode, okay? And here's the one thing that I underline.
I see no evidence that there is a problem.
You can tell the show is now under control.
Okay, so maybe that's more of a production sense.
I
but
think
you're probably
so.
right.
I think that the thing that stands out about Evolution, okay, it's the first episode of season 3.
Yeah.
This week, the Lego Enterprise came out.
I don't
And
have
the
$400 to throw at it, but
Lego
yeah.
Enterprise has all the characters that were cemented as the cast in Evolution. You don't have Yar. You don't have Dr. Pulaski. Dr. Crusher is back.
Right.
Guinan is there, but she's not always there. But she's there.
Right.
This is the crew that we're going to run with. These are the uniforms that we're going to run with.
That's right. This is where the update.
This is where the graphics are going to start to look really good.
Right.
Whereas in season 2,
Your intro changes too, doesn't it?
the intro changes. The lighting is different. The cinematography, the camera work, the lighting, that's all different. And here's the thing. I think that all these things in this episode, if you look at season 3, episode 1, and then look at any episode before it, those episodes from seasons 1 and 2 look old.
Yeah, that's true.
And this episode does not.
Is this the platonic ideal of a TNG episode?
We will not even be mentioned.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of episodes could be that way. But this episode cements so many things. And the irony is that...
Do you understand Wunderkind?
It's German, isn't it?
It means wonder child.
I wrote down a note here because you've wanted to talk about the child. I don't know why. I don't know why. Oh, because you hate it?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. This episode has a lot of similarities to The Child in its plot. Because it's about Wesley.
What were you doing when you were 17?
Probably getting into more trouble than Wesley, I can assure you.
So was I.
His mom wants him to be a teenager, and he's trying to do 2 jobs, right? He's trying to be a student, and he's trying to be an officer. And somewhere in there, he's also trying to be like a human being.
Right.
And he can't do all those things. It's actually written like a first or second season episode, except the flaws are not apparent the way that they are in season 1 and season 2.
Right.
Because The Child has, I mean, all sorts of problems. And I made a whole video about it. But Evolution looks neat and precise, and whatever problems it has are hidden. And that's what happens in seasons 3 through 7 of Next Generation. There are a lot of episodes that have a lot of problems, but if there are problems, they're generally hidden.
Lockman on first.
What do you mean by that?
Dark on second.
Can you give us an example of that in Evolution?
Yeah.
Thompson at the plate. Branca on the mound.
There's one thing that happens that's weird in this episode, but also happens in The Child, which is there's some non-diegetic sound in the episode. In The Child, when they're all having the conversation about whether or not they should get rid of Troy's baby, do you remember this?
That's
and there's
specifically
like
why I want to talk about
like
that
the heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
This episode, we've got Stubbs in his quarters, and in his head, he's playing the baseball game. And we hear like the crowd in the stadium. We shouldn't hear that. Like, this is an episode of Star Trek The Next Generation. We shouldn't hear sounds that are inside this guy's head. We never have a moment where Picard is like, I wonder what I'm thinking right now. That's what the captain's logs are for.
Right.
Like, we never have that. And so that is a problem, but it doesn't feel like a problem in this episode. Whereas in The Child, it's like, boom, 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 because we hear the heart, and it's like, okay, come on. Things are under control now.
Yeah.
Stabilize.
No, that makes a lot of sense from a production standpoint. What's the documentary? Is it Crisis on the Bridge?
Chaos on the Bridge.
You've got past the truncated season 2. You've got past a lot of the growing pains of especially season 1. You're right. You have everybody.
Crusher got fired.
The uniforms. And Crusher got
fired.
Now she's back.
Now she's back. We took 5 seconds. She says, it's nice to be together again. That's it. That's all we get. And we're fine with it.
Well, it's nice to be together again. I was at Starfleet Medical for a year. I missed about 2 inches of him.
It's got a mention of the Borg in it. You know, we actually start with, we mention the Borg in this, so we haven't forgotten them.
Right.
They're there. And that's our season 3 arc, is that in this episode they're mentioned as a threat, but they're not actually there. And in the final episode,
they show up.
They will be a threat.
Right. So a little book ending there.
No, a little bit. Again, the show is under control now.
Sensors clearly indicate the approach of a Borg vessel.
So there's a plan.
There is a plan.
Yeah.
Yes, I know that.
This episode, I know it's not like a well-loved episode. There are better episodes. I really did kind of have a back and forth between this and Best of Both Worlds.
Yeah.
Because Best of Both Worlds, I mean, it's one of the top 100 television shows of all time.
Yeah.
Like episodes. And
look at that lesion. No wonder we're coming apart at the seams. It's definitely some kind of continuing disintegration, but from what I can't tell you.
I did think about Q-Who, not for very long. This episode shapes the way that we look at TNG.
Mm-hmm.
It says, this is what TNG is now.
Yeah.
And that's what it was for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts here. I could not make a case for different episodes. There may be, again, better episodes. Yeah. But, like, it says something that when I first was trying to watch lots of Star Trek with DVRs, companies like Area Markets did not purchase the rights for the first 2 seasons of Next Generation because they didn't want to show 26 episodes from season 1 that nobody was going to watch.
Right.
And so they ran 3 through 7 over and over and over again.
Right.
They always came back to this episode.
Yeah.
And so even the one after it is probably a maybe a better episode. I actually really like this episode. I don't know why it's 138.
I'm going to go rewatch it.
I know why it's 138.
What is at your mercy?
I actually really like that Stubbs is Wesley when he's older. Like, Stubbs is the path that Wesley's going toward. And so his mother is trying to, and kind of everybody too, right? They're all, like Troy especially and Picard, like Picard and Troy recognize that Stubbs is single-minded in his desire for ambition and to be the best.
It's stretched so tight the tension fills this room. And if you finally fail, I fear it will snap.
And I think it's interesting that Dr. Crusher is trying to get her son away from this Stubbs-like path, where it's all, I have to be the best all the time. And that's like the moment where Guinan says,
Wes, do you think you're going to get a good grade?
I always get an A.
Do you do good on it? And Wesley's like, I always get an A. Like, Stubbs always got A's too, right? Like, Stubbs was this guy when he was younger.
Yeah.
And they don't want him to be like that. There's even I remember when I was watching it, there's even kind of a moment where Stubbs' hair almost looks like Wesley's. And I almost think that the way that they did it was to have him look like a potential future version of Wesley.
Not the really handsome future Wesley from season 1.
No, not the model.
Yeah.
Not the model.
But this conversation's been enlightening for me in this way, because when you asked me to pick the most important episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation, I picked the most important one from my perspective, from a storytelling perspective.
Oh, which is fine.
And you went with production. You went with
I did.
What gives you concreteness, or what gives you stability in the show. It's a turning point, and that I think is going to be interesting, because when I'm trying to guess your most important episode of Deep Space Nine, I may be looking at what episode does Sisko start having a goatee and shaving his head.
You will be. You'll be closer. You won't get it last.
I hope not.
Yeah, I mean, I already know what I wanted to do this for Deep Space Nine. I didn't want to do it for TNG. I actually came up with this list today, and it was literally just to throw you off.
It worked.
That's the only reason that I even made the list, was just to throw you off. I didn't think you'd pick it last. My Deep Space Nine one is not the 138th ranked episode of Deep Space Nine.
We meant no harm. We were exploring.
I think the most interesting thing about this episode, when I was watching it for this, is that, yes, our main characters have all those new costumes, but all the extras are wearing the old costumes. They're all wearing season 1 and 2. And then I was rewatching just a random episode from season 4. And obviously they're all in the new costumes by then. And so I don't know when that happens in season 3, that everybody makes the transition. But at first it was just the mains, and they were like, it's the way they're going. But I found that interesting.
You know what's funny is that's actually probably more realistic.
It is difficult to accept these as random actions by machines with loose screws.
What's the most important Voyager episode? We're not going to film a video on this.
No, we're not. So let's pick it now.
I think it's the one where Jerry Ryan comes on, 7 of 9.
Okay, season 4, episode 1,
Yep.
Scorpion.
So you get.
Okay.
I mean, 7 of 9. Then
I know.
becomes the
I was thinking about this.
So what do you need the rest of us for? Forget I asked.
Also, probably one of the better episodes of.
I'm gonna go with.
Seven's taking this hive mentality just a little too far.
I don't remember when it happens. Okay. But it's either going to be Scorpion Part 2, or it's going to be the next episode, The Gift.
What is that episode?
And I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what happens. So that's the episode where Kess leaves.
Oh, okay.
And she uses like her Okampan powers to send Voyager 10,000 light years away, so that they're not in Borg space anymore.
Right.
Because Voyager, as much as they liked the idea of using the Borg,
they couldn't use them every day.
They did not use them as much as people remember.
Right. It's like 4 episodes, 4 or 5.
No, there's more than that. But I mean, really, it's not that many. I mean, it's not 30.
Yeah.
In 175 episodes, or 107, however many episodes they ended up with.
Still, that probably makes you the most intelligent human being alive.
Probably.
I think it's one of those, and my episode it's gonna kind of be where you are, but it's gonna be 7 of 9 in the sexy outfit.
Yeah.
Because in Scorpion, she's a poor drone.
That's
not
true.
sexy.
That's true.
They were gonna get rid of Kess or Harry Kim. And do you know why they didn't get rid of Harry Kim?
Don't give me any hints.
Garrett Wang.
Oh, I've heard this story.
Was one of TV Guide's sexiest people.
That's right. Yeah.
And so that was the reason they made that decision. And I will tell you, when I watched every episode of Voyager in those first 3 seasons, the best actor on that show is Kess. 7 of 9 joining the show is the transition, right? It's the thing that allowed Voyager to keep going. So bonus discussion. Most important episode of Next Generation and most important episode of Voyager.
Mm-hmm. But the most important episode of Deep Space Nine gets its own episode.
Oh, yeah.
Do we ever do that for TOS? Have we ever done a TOS episode? We have not.
Think of the advantages.
I did my favorite episodes of TOS, but I don't like regularly watch TOS.
Yeah.
It's not something that
It's
I
such a
head
different
back
thing.
to.
No.
Have we ever talked about Enterprise?
It's been a long time.
Okay.
Oh, I meant to say Road. Oh, that joke would have killed. I meant to say it's been a long road, but I said it's been a long time.
What heaven's name?
Do we feel good?
I feel great.
So yeah, I mean, Evolution, Q-Who. I think we would both agree that Q-Who's probably a better episode. I really like Evolution though, and now Jacob, since he doesn't remember it at all, he has to go and watch it. So I won't ruin it for him.
That's hard to accept.
I'm not a real fan, so Gavin, I can't gatekeep anybody.
Me, I'm just gatekeeping all over the place.
That's hard to accept.
Do you think Gavin is like angry, like rewatching Discovery, just like so thrilled?
I haven't watched any of it, so
of Strange New
I
Worlds.
didn't watch any of Strange New Worlds because
I haven't finished
I
this
can't
season.
because I'm gatekeeping. I'm busy gatekeeping.
How would you feel if you were a 17-year-old and the only Starfleet officer whose mother was on board?
Inhibited.
I'm rewatching TNG, but I'm still watching that over any episodes of Strange New Worlds. I'm still not watching Strange New Worlds, and instead I'm watching...
Let's agree to end it here and now.
Are we done?
I think we're done.
All right. Well, I'm Rodney Donahue.
I'm Jacob Gates.
And this has been the most important episode of Star Trek The Next Generation and bonus Star Trek Voyager. So you're welcome, and kapla! So I watched the Deep Space Nine finale the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And the last, Kira is in the office, right, with the baseball.
Mm.
And Nog comes in. And Nog gets promoted to lieutenant. Okay?
Right.
And a year and a half earlier...
Before Harry Kim.
A year... That... You ruined my story.
Damn, sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Harry Kim was an ensign for 7 years.
No
And
field promotion.
Nog was a cadet at the beginning of season 6. And he got a field promotion to ensign. And then a year and a half later, he became a lieutenant. In a year and a half, the kid who couldn't read at the beginning of the series became a lieutenant. And Harry Kim is an ensign, and he has command duty.
Yeah.
So the unreleased Voyager episode that I made, where I just complained about Voyager for like an hour.
Can I just see this sometime?
Well, here comes some of it. There's a period where Tom Paris gets demoted from lieutenant to ensign, and he gets re-promoted before Harry Kim does. And he's an ex-con who directly disobeys his captain.